coming to terms with the fact that every phase of your life requires a different you, and that different you needs to be able to welcome the change that is required for every season of your life. Welcome to my channel. This is the Thesollunadiaries and I'm Maluleke. And in today's video is another conversation triggered by my thoughts. And I think I'm gonna title this video Welcoming Change. You know, the past 2 years I've had to deal with a lot of changes. A lot of changes in the plans that I had, how I wished or wanted or thought life should go. Because looking back now, I wouldn't change a thing. But I think this is such an important conversation to have because sometimes a change of plan can make you feel like a failure, you know? And my relationship with failure is a very detrimental one to me. I think I've gotten a lot better in terms of dealing with failure from like the smallest. Because the thing is, I don't think I've dealt with like failure on such a big scale, but the little bit of what I felt was failure has left me in such a detrimental state that I realized that I can no longer go through life um, in fear of failing, not because of the failure itself, but because of the impact that I know that it will have on me. Like, oh, failure destroys me. Like, even like a little bit. But I think I've definitely gotten better. I remember when I failed my driver's license. Old hope, old hope would have been down bad, like down bad. But I was very chilled about it. I was like, oh, okay, it is what it is. And then my sister was like, go take yourself out for breakfast. And I did that, and I was genuinely okay. And yeah, so basically, the conversation today is allowing change to happen and welcoming it. I think we always speak about change um, in such a positive way that you think that you should just automatically be open to it. You know, change is not always what we want, but it's sometimes definitely what we need. You know, and another part of this like welcoming change conversation is definitely being okay with overgrowing certain things in your life. Like, I was sitting in bed yesterday and I realized that hope 2 3 years ago is so different to hope now, and in a good way, you know. Just like a dumb thing that I was thinking about that I was thinking about like a couple of days ago, after someone was like, oh, come, basically this person was asking me out on a date, right? And they were like, yeah, let's do 9 p.m. In my head, I was like, 9 p.m.? You are mad. You are mad. And then I was thinking about it. 19, 20-year-old Hope would literally be getting ready to go to groove or to go to club at 10. 10 p.m. would be here blasting music, getting our faces ready, and we would be ready to have a good time. And this would be like 10 p.m. This is like pre-COVID. And to me, when I think about it now, that is a wild to me. That is a wild. Ask me to be out of my place anytime after 9 p.m., you're asking for a lot. Actually, if you haven't said anything to me at 5 p.m., I'm not going. I am not going. And to some point, I felt as if like, Hope, why are you? What's wrong with you? Like, why are you not the old Hope? Old Hope would have been like, okay, let's do it, you know. Old Hope would have been like, nah, let's do it 11 p.m. How about 11? But me now, oh no, 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 my darling, no, 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 mm-mm, mm-mm. So it's like just coming to terms with the fact that every phase of your life requires a different you, and that different you needs to be able to welcome the change that is required for every season of your life. You know, it is hard. Like, I think sometimes we try to be so positive about change and don't talk enough about how difficult change is. I remember when, oh, maybe this conversation is also like um, targeted to like graduates who are now moving from what's this? Are now moving from like the comfortability of being a student to now being a graduate to now needing to transition into being a young adult into the working world and all of that stuff is to be graceful with yourself through that change that is about to happen. I know we're in grad season now, and a lot of things are going to change. For me, I remember, hmm, I remember when I moved back home. So I finished my degree, graduated. Now it's like there's no immediate reason for me to be in Cape Town, and I moved back home. The first 3 days of me being back home, those were hell, because I was actually there for 3 days. Then I went to Limbombo, and I guess that kind of lightened my spirit up. But the first 3 days of me being back home was hell. I felt like somehow, I can't even explain it as to why I was feeling like this, but I felt like a failure, because this is not how I imagined it to be. I imagined me finishing my degree, being happy about it, getting a job in Cape Town, staying in Cape Town, you know. But when I declined a certain job offer, moved back to Joburg, that transition and that change was horrific. A friend of mine actually said to me after like a couple months later, is like to me, because that change also like caused a bit of strain in our relationship. And as someone who shuts down, like I just nyanyamalala. I disappear. Anyway, so my friend was like to me, Hope, you felt homesick whilst you were home. And that was triggered by a lot of things. You know, there were a lot of changes that had happened at home, and the home that I'd lived 3 years prior was not the home that I came back to, you know, and that triggered a bit of emotions in me. But also, as much as it's triggering emotions, there's also the understanding that life needs to go on. You know, Hope, you're not the only one that's growing. You're not the only one whose life is changing. Everyone else around you, your siblings, your family structure, the way things are done, is also changing, and you need to be able to adapt to that. You know, so that transition was very, very difficult for me. And I think to some extent it is still a bit triggering, because in those 3 days, ooh, I felt abandoned. I felt abandoned by my siblings. I felt abandoned by my family. I felt abandoned even by myself. Because in my head, I was like, Hope, had you come up with a solid plan, had you not declined the job offer, you wouldn't be in the space for you to be feeling like this. Um, but looking back now, I'm not invalidating those feelings and that experience, but um, I am grateful that it happened, because then it tuned me into a path where I am becoming the person that I'm becoming now. You know, I have outgrown myself so much. Like when I say myself, I mean the old me. Like I was just sitting yesterday and I was like, I need to rebrand, you know. I rebrand a lot, but usually my rebranding is never like self-focused. It's always about rebranding, let's say, my YouTube channel, the things that I like, my artwork and all of that stuff. Perhaps trying out a new intro and all of that stuff. That is what my rebranding has always been. But yesterday, it was like a rebranding of self. I realized that the woman I want dresses a certain way. The woman I want to be dresses a certain way. The person I want to become, the life I want to live, requires certain parts of me to die down for this woman and this person to come to life. The gist of this video is that change is not a sign of failure, and that as a person, you just need to be more welcoming to change. You know, you need to have the spirit of adaptability. Change is not always nice, it's not always easy, but most of the time it is necessary. Yeah, be okay with overgrowing certain parts of you that no longer speak to the person that you're trying to become, you know. And that process is also not easy because as people we want to be comfortable. No one wants to be uncomfortable. We all want to be comfortable, so you always retract to that place of comfortability, but fight that spirit of comfortability, you know, and allow yourself to change within the different and allowing yourself to change within the different seasons of your life. But yeah, we'll end off this video here with this disgusting drink. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. This is a channel of conversations about everything and anything. And once in a while, I bring you guys experiences. And yeah, if you're a returning subscriber, you already know this. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please don't forget to like, comment, share to your friends and family, and their friends and their family, and their friends and their family. This is the Thesollunadiaries. Bye.